Well, good morning everyone. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to you on behalf of the Baileys and our sellers here today. We've just got the one property, but a very important one for you to consider in Firth Street. My name's Stephen Shell, as the auctioneer. I'll take you through today's proceedings and we'll cover off the rules of auction shortly. Extend a warm welcome to those parties looking online as well. You now get a visual display of what the parties in the room can see, and also complimenting you on your social distancing, so much so that everyone's miles away from me. But well done. I don't have the COVID, but we'll pass through the instructions as we go through for you. You would have signed the documentation for our contract tracing as you enter the room, and of course everyone that is watching the auctions needs to be seated, including the staff, so if you come forward folks, you can be involved. With regard to bidding at auction, you're bidding on a cash unconditional basis. It means you're satisfied that the property meets your needs in all respects, suitable due diligence around limit reports or council files. Your finance does need to be in order, and the legal advice to the contract will ensure that you can bid with confidence on the property, and we encourage you to give it your best shot. I don't know who's been reading the media in the last couple of weeks, but my experience travelling around our regions certainly shows the market is in good health. I think from last count, Mike, 112 contracts written this month by Realty Services, so certainly a great month for us. My team, of course, I have Amy on my right hand side. She'll put the bids up on the screen, and we'll also inform the people who are watching online where the bidding is currently serving us. And then Mike Gascoigne is here to assist me on the floor here. Mike is our branch manager. In the event the bidding doesn't reach our reserve price, I won't pass the property in. I'll simply put a pause on the auction, and we'll give the highest bidder an opportunity under the auction terms to deal with the first opportunity with our sellers, and then he'll come back and inform me of any progress there if that is required. Now, with regard to the property itself, of course, you would have received buyer guides to give advice from the REA handed to the agent during the marketing process. You do need to sign a consent to enter into agreement if you're the successful purchasers, along with the memorandum of contract annexed to the documentation, along with the GST schedule. Our offer calls for a 10% deposit as part payment of the purchase price. That will be by electronic transfer to meet with the anti-money laundering laws these days. The deposit is due today. The purchase price is on an inclusive GST basis, as you would expect with any property residential in nature. And finally, you need to be aware of your obligations under the Overseas Investment Act. If you're a New Zealand, Australian or Singaporean resident or citizen, nothing to fear. If you're outside of those groups, please refrain from bidding. You'll have a challenge at settlement when we come to that. With regard to the conduct of auction, that is in clause 2 of the documentation. We'll put it up on the screen for you. The property has a reserve price, and subject to reaching the reserve price, I'll declare the property is on the market for sale. Any level below that, of course, I can't do that for you, but once bidding is underway, I'll nominate the risers at which you may bid. You can ask me a question at any time on other risers, but keep in mind, under the terms, I can refuse bids. I may also bid on behalf of sellers, so any level below the reserve price, I'm permitted to place an indication to you if required. Any vendor bid that's made will be clearly stated as an owner bid, so you're not misled into other buyers, and you'll have a very clear position on there. No limit to vendor bidding numbers in New Zealand, but they must be stated and only by one party. With regard to disputes, I'll be the sole arbitrator. So if two parties are definitely on the final number and they both got the same number, I'm going to be taking the bids that I see first. So be clear in your bidding by raising your hand or calling out your bidding. There's no telephone bidding here today, so there's no agents passing through those instructions. So it will be live here in the room, and of course the online audience can't bid online. They've got to be physically in the room or through the telephones. Are there any questions with regard to the conduct before we move through? Everyone's happy. Well, let's move to the property here at number 55 Firth Street. You're on the corner there with Albert as well, in Hamilton East, and marketing agent is Suzanne Struick, who has just left the room over there. She was here. She'll come back shortly. Now we have a feasible estate, a good parcel of land. Oh, there you're popping down, up and down. There we go. 657 square metres of land. It is legally known as Lot 1. The DP is C85, which shows reference to a very old title indeed, and your record of title reference number is 537 folio 84. Your channels list, they start with the stove, the fixed floor coverings, along with the curtains and the light fittings on the first page, followed by the garden shed. You've got the heat pump and the heated towel rail, the underfloor heating in the bathroom, along with the alarm, the dishwasher, in the further terms. Excluded chattels sentimental to our owners are the chandelier in the hall and the kitchen benchtop table. They are excluded from your chattels list. There is also a purchase acknowledgement in clause 21 with regard to the Resource Management Act and the Building Act in relation to the property. You need to be aware of that clause as part of your bidding due diligence. Now, with regard to possession, that'll take place on the 31st of July of this year, unless we go into different alert levels, Michael, or you've got some other arrangement as you made with the vendor. Of course, it will be vacant possession. So a wonderful property with regard to its presentation, 1910 in nature, but certainly in this area of Hamilton East, this will be one of the early homes, and you've got a number of character homes, and then you get the eclectic mix of Hamilton running through the area. A short walk will take you across Steel Park into the cafes in township in Hamilton East, and I live in Claudeland, so it's equal distance from the other way. You can go down to Hayes Paddock there, wonderful cafes, but you can enjoy the river walks and interaction with our city, particularly coming into town here. But you'll notice the CBD of Hamilton East, there's lots of development, apartments building, and of course with the Waikato District Council moving, there'll be some more developments there. So you're in good heart in the centre there. Of course you've got great schooling nearby, all within walking distance, and the university. Easy commute round to the hospital too, if that's to your liking, and a property there that's enjoyed a renovation as well. It offers you currently 3 bedrooms. You've got the double living areas, wonderful bathroom and kitchen areas, plenty of parking off the street as well as the garaging. You can see all of the characters being retained, beautiful ornate fireplace, particularly those tiles. They'll be 1930s in nature, and all the casement windows, keeping that character along with a high stud. Of course, it's been brought up to the into the minute, but retaining and sensitive to the era as well. So if you love this era of home, this is one for you. I'm going to go straight to the bidding now. As I said, I need to bid from the floor here today. Who's going to start me away? I'd like to call an opening bid. Auctions gives you certainty in your purchase, but you do need to place a bid if you want to be the boss. As you find the most intelligent person in the room starts. Might be a telephone bidding authority there. Well, I'll kick it off there at $700,000 there. Not suggesting I'm the most intelligent person here, but we do need to start somewhere. At $700,000 there, we'll take your bid in $10,000 increments from here, from the word go at 700. The bidders with me be clear to start. If we don't get a bid from the floor, we're going to go to the conditional interest, but you've joined the party, sir, at 710. Welcome to the bidding here at 710. Who's got 20 and 20 on the side? At 720,000, two bidding to buy in the back rows now. You're coming back at 30, sir. I suggest you do. On the nod there, 730. Thank you, Mark. At 730, and how about 40? It's a good property. At $730,000 there. Can you give me 10? Second call now, $730,000 bidding. 5, okay, 5 at 35, and 5 for you is 40, and need to come back for 45 now. At $740,000 there. First call now, this side with my starter. At $740, I'll take a 5, puts you in front. At $740,000 there. Great sales evidence around this area, suggesting more than this at this level here at $740, and who's got 5? Second call request here at $740,000. Going for the third and final time, the high bid is here at $740. All done, all silent. You sure you're not coming back? Great property, couldn't find another one. 110 years in the making. At $740. Final opportunity. 2.5 at 42.5. Do you want to match, or do you want to go to the 3/4? 750. 750, thank you there at $750,000 there, was worth a go. At 750 there, had 2.5, put you on top again. At 750,000 here with my starter now, 750 the money. Go once here at 750. Second call now at $750,000. If I don't get a better bid, I'm going to have a conversation here. Third and final opportunity. All done. Silent at 750. Mike, I need some instructions at the level there. The high bid is placed at $750,000. Just take a quick pause. We'll converse with our sellers and the highest bidder folks. Don't race away. We'll keep you informed shortly.
Keep checking out.
Well, thank you folks. Welcome back and appreciate your consideration for our beautiful property here. Now, we left the bidding at $750,000. That's been increased now to $772,500. I just need to confirm that for me, sir. Thank you for your instructions at the level there. We'll put that up on the screen there for you, so just repeat that, Amy. $772,500, thank you. Now, my instructions are to reopen the bidding at this level. I can't sell the property, though we're obviously a little bit closer. So if you have interest in the property, I'm happy to take more advancing bid here. Now, I would have thought it at a 2.5 bid range. Otherwise, we'll set the property aside. We'll deal with all parties following, conditional or otherwise. We've got a high bid here at $772,500. You bid before. Do you see it at $775,000 perhaps? Otherwise, we'll set it aside. Second call. Third and final at $772,500. Well, I'll set the property aside and pass that into the property, open to all parties. Of course, we've got sellers here keen to see the property sold here today, so I encourage you to put your offers forward through Suzanne if you have interest. Well, that brings a conclusion to today's offering. I'd like to thank you very much again for your attendance here. There is sanitiser on the way out, so if you want to comply with the COVID instructions there, and we would like to welcome you back here in the coming weeks as we do more auctions here, another 3 next week. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.